Let's bring in Buck Showalter, the manager of the Orioles. That's it, right, Buck? Everybody likes you.
Mike, keep your credibility now. First of all, he hasn't signed anything.
Well, it's according to sources. It looks pretty.
That's scary.
Sources are never wrong.
So you don't think he's going to sign?
I don't know yet. We'll see. I was just talking to him. We were hoping to have it come together today, but it hasn't. And we've moved on to, they're up there with the press media. They have to do something with them today. We got to work out at 4:30, and so there's nothing that announceable right now.
Okay,
but we're working on it.
Well, it's a nice sign that he would even want to, as I said, and all kidding aside, that you're this close to free agency and you decide to stay with the team that you're with. It says a lot about how comfortable he is. Yeah,
this is the second contract he's signed with us, hopefully, if we can get it done. And it's exciting for me and his teammates as much as anything because, we hope to get Manny back next year. And Chris, we'll see. There's a lot of things happen between now and next February, as we well know. So, but JJ's been solid for us, and he's kind of one of the guys that you want to look at every day. It makes coaches and managers look a lot smarter. He makes his teammates better, Mike.
Well, you've always spoken highly of him when we spoke. All right, you're gonna meet the Royals for the American League Championship. How pumped up are you about getting this far?
Say that again, Mike. Say that again.
You're going to meet the Royals for the American League Championship.
Wow, that's pretty good.
How good does that make you feel?
No, Mike, it's tough because I always try to get a good seat where I can watch these guys, in a celebration or a move on or after even a good game during the regular season. But the tough thing is that, but when you walk up the stairway to the locker room, you're already thinking about the next game and how do you hold on to this? Where's the next challenge coming? It's a great time of the year. Gene Michael and John Hart used to talk about the leaves turning, a little Christmas in the air. I mean, you guys know it very well in New York, and it's just a whole different set of circumstances. And there's nothing, the sad thing is at the end of the year, there's only going to be one team happy. You're just trying to finish a mission. You get so few chances to roll the dice. And, there's 4 seasons. There's spring training, there's regular season, there's this thing that we do in September with all the call-ups. That's another game of baseball altogether. And then there's the postseason. So there's nothing worse than an empty stadium after the last game because I come in here and, I want that to be different for our guys more than anything because, I just feel good they're getting back what they put into this. But so did Kansas City, and so did some teams have been eliminated. Everybody's got a strength and weakness, and that's what makes it so fascinating. These best players in the world, the best teams that baseball has to offer meet, and there's a real curiosity about, how it's going to play out, and that's why people watch it and people talk about it. Thank goodness they are.
Buck, the players will all say, in any sport, well, the thing is, it's just another game. But as you said, with every season being different, it's not, right? The playoffs, you'll manage this game coming up on Friday differently than you'll manage any other game in the regular season, right?
Well, I think way too much is made of it. It's about the players and performing. You can, Zach Britton threw a ground ball in Detroit. Ryan Flaherty caught it. John Scope turned it. Steve Pearce caught it. We scored enough runs to make that matter. I mean, there's so many variables. I mean, you make moves during the season and postseason that in your heart is the right move, and it doesn't work out. It's such a result-oriented world in sports in general that, but being meek with it and worrying about what ifs, you got to roll the dice sometime, and I tell our guys all the time, I want you to go for it. You want to steal that base, you want to throw that 3-2 changeup, you want to dive for that ball, you think you got a shot, go for it. Don't go back to the hotel or apartment or wherever and go, geez, I wish I trusted my instincts. And, that's why they're different. That's what they want to be put on this. There's a lot of people right now going, gosh, who would ever want to subject himself to that? It's just the opposite here. These guys, that's what separates them. I tell them all the time, you're the best players in the world that baseball has to offer. Trust your instincts, and, we're going to step on our tail some. And the key is getting up and keep firing your bullets.
How tough was it, Buck, to go against the book and I don't know who wrote this book, but it's a book out there that they talk about that you never put the winning run on base, and you did, and supposedly you told your pitcher, and we're going to hit into a double, the next guy's going to hit into a double play, and it did. But how tough was it, a decision was that for you?
Mike, they're all tough, to say it, callously just in passing, but, it's about the strength of your players and, kind of where they are. Brad, we were fortunate. That's what's great about baseball. You can't make Cabrera hit in that situation. You can't make the ball be hit to your best defender. It's the epitome of a team game, and that's where they were in the batting order. It's no reflection those guys that were hitting are 3-hole hitters in AAA. They've all had, it's all relevant. So basically you're just kind of picking your poison, and most importantly, you're able to do that because of the skills of your players, and you're trying to put them in the, it worked out. So, supposedly it was okay, but, you got to be willing to not get involved in the consequences and the result and try to do what's best for your team.
Buck, how have you used the time off to make sure your team's not rusty going into those first games?
I know right now that I couldn't be a football coach. Sitting around 6 or 7 days between games. Are you kidding me? And then I hear him say, well, we're just ready to play this week. This week? With an off week? Harbaugh was telling me the biggest week is you got to win that game before the off week, so you're not sitting around 2 weeks about ready to kill yourself. But, no, it's been good. We're on a level playing field. Kansas City's got the same amount of time off as we do, and, we're going to play in the same weather, same conditions, the same time off. And this time of year, guys don't get that far away from anything. I mean, Bud Norris had like 10 days off. We had 2 sim games in between. Guys don't lose it this time of year. If you have a bunch of days off in April or May, it's different. But, there's not some magic formula. Some teams will have a sim game. Some teams will have inter-squad games. I mean, last thing I want to do is have some catcher break a hand on a foul tip. But, you can get over-analytic about it with too much time. You try to keep it simple, and you try to trust your players and baseball players are they're routine guys. They're used to a certain routine, so you try to stay in that routine as much as possible.
Now, I'm sorry if you've announced this. I have not seen it. Are you going to gamble and have Chris Davis on the roster before he could be activated for the final 2 games? If it's no, you're not.
No.
Would he? If you made the World Series, would you activate him?
Well, we'll try to. Right now, we're trying to get there.
Okay.
And we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We got some players that are going to rejoin us here. The camp that we've had down in Sarasota is going to kind of close up, and I know Quentin Berry and some Ryan Webb, some other guys are going to join us here. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But he will not be active. We're not going to play at 24 for 5 games. That was one not bad thing, but
by sweeping.
If you could have gone, and then, on the flip side of that, we're not even going to go there, but we're going to take it day to day.